And I call the member for Mackellar.
Mr Deputy Speaker, I rise to speak in favour of this bill because of its critical nature to the future of our country, our economy and our community. Just prior to this debate being delayed, the member for Fenner was on his feet, and he started by quoting from the DC Comics and Bizarro World. And indeed his speech was from the very centre of Bizarro World. He told us in his world the Labor Party is the party of lower debt. The Labor Party is the party of lower taxation. The Labor Party is indeed the party that can be trusted on the economy and is the party of responsibility. This would need to be a world so far removed from any world that the rest of Australia lives in that to describe it as bizarre would not just be the case, it would be in fact a very strange world. It would be the strangest of strange worlds, Deputy Speaker, because the fact of the matter is that the Labor Party has always hated business and has always loved taxing them to death. That is why, when they were in government, it took them all of 3 months to undo a $25 billion surplus and billions of dollars that the Howard government left them in surplus in a kitty. They left this country in absolute ruin. And I noticed the member, I forget what seat he's in.
Order. The member for Brand will speak next, so if you can just be quiet.
What's his seat again? Is it from Western Australia? It's so far away. Anyway, I noticed the member over there. I remember the member over there complaining. But of course, what he forgets is, and he claims that somehow they saved us. They saved us from the global financial crisis, ignoring the massive reduction in interest rates, ignoring the Chinese government's huge and giant stimulus package, the largest in the history of humanity. In fact, the only thing they gave us was school halls no one asked for and pink bats that ended up killing people. That's what the Labor Party gave us. That's their testament to saving us from the global financial crisis. And then they stand up here and they say, why is this so urgent? Well, let me tell you, Deputy Speaker, there is the urgency of now. They will always find an excuse. They will always find an excuse to keep up with people's money. They will always find an excuse to spend money on useless projects. But what they won't ever do is find an excuse to come into this parliament. I love your socks, by the way, Matt. They're very good. What they don't find.
Order. You got to use.
I know. I understand, but I can't remember the seat he's from. What they will never find, though, is an excuse to act like a party of responsible economic managers because they don't have it in themselves to do it. The fact is that this is a party that now says that they will pay for this corporate tax cut. They will pay for it by abolishing the instant asset write-off. That's what the member for Fenner told this House. So what they will take with the left hand, they will take more with the left hand. That's what the Labor Party stands for. They're not going to give small businesses in this country a tax reduction. They're going to create more complexity. They're going to make it harder for people to create jobs and create work and to create products and services that consumers want and to create competition in our market. They will punish people. The member for Fenner said that they can be trusted and then read a list of the ways that the Labor Party will intervene in our economy that, frankly, the Venezuelan government would be proud of. There isn't any nook or any cranny left in this economy that apparently the member for Fenner doesn't know how to manage better than the people running the businesses themselves. This bill, Mr Deputy Speaker, we've all seen the member for Burt's attempts at the Economics Committee. I mean, no one does Rumpole of the Bailey better than the member for Burt. Mr Deputy Speaker, there are 23,687 small and medium businesses within my electorate. Businesses which are predominantly family-run, provide jobs for half of Australia's workforce, nearly 7 million Australians. We know that when we make it easier for business to invest and reduce red tape, they reinvest in their staff and our economy. Small businesses like Matt and Lisa's Tramshed Cafe in Narrabeen, Ryan's Stay Grounded Cafe in Collaroy, John Bill Consulting in Mona Vale and Becky's Enliven Coaching will benefit from this tax relief that we have brought 5 years earlier than planned. Not only will they benefit, Mr Deputy Speaker, so will the people who work for them, so will the consumers who use their products and services. This is good for our community and this is good for our nation. By fast-tracking this tax relief, we will see a more immediate difference in their cash flow and benefits for everyone in our community. These businesses with a turnover below $50 million will face a tax rate of just 25% in 2021-2022. Ant Constructions, Elise Hairdressing, Board Monkey, Incat Crowther and many more local businesses that have cash flows of $500,000 will have an additional $7,500 in 2021, $12,500 in 2022 to invest back into business or staff and provide for consumers. I'm here to tell those opposite that this government and my party will always give a fair go to those who are willing to have a go. There are people right across Australia who make sacrifices to get to work. And what do we give them for all the effort that they put into that? We tax them. We tax them so that they can fund social welfare programs and other such matters. Since this government was elected, 1,100 jobs have been created per day in our economy. That's 1,100 people every day who are better off under this government. The fact is those opposite can keep taxing those people or they can start encouraging them to do even more for our community and create a better Australia that all of us can be proud of.